Greetings today. Today, let's talk about economic bubbles and how they actually impact us from a couple of perspectives. Well, first and foremost, economic bubble is a fact and byproduct of any financial and economic system as we know it today. So we have economic bubbles since we have more or less modern trade and finance, if one allows it to define it like that. Like it depends on your interpretation, but actually financial bubbles started with either tulip mania in Netherlands couple hundreds of years ago or in 1637 to be precise, or with the South Sea bubble. South Sea bubble was South bubble which was made via trading into South Sea Company, which was a British company which were trading almost everything in south southern part of the world. So I wouldn't go here into details, but I just say that it was publicly traded company, which stock were inflated and then it collapsed. And as probably anyone have heard, in tulip mania there were speculation with tulips because of complicated story, but because tulips were in high demand and people perceived that their value will be high. You get an idea. Well, I wouldn't go here in this video. I will just say that there was Mania, there was South Sea Company, and after that there were many crises and boom bust patterns, as it's also defined in this Wikipedia article. We could start in 80s, where we'll have a bit more say contemporary picture because there was huge asset boom in Japan in the 80s. Japan was second world's largest economy, and it was on the pace to surpass United States, and it has hugely valuable financial markets, and then it collapsed in late 80s, early 90s, and actually there was bear market up until 2010s, which is pretty remarkable. Then there was financial crash in 1987 in America, where there was record fall in just one trading day. Then there was early 90s real estate recession in America. Then there was financial crises in mid to late 80s in Far East Asia countries and in Russia. Then there were boom, then there were dot-com boom in 1999 slash 2000 when technology companies went through the roof and you could have silly companies with absurd valuations, and then they collapsed. But after that, actually, on in hindsight, this was the time when companies like Amazon and Google actually were created and got their first capital. So not all booms are bad. But nevertheless, that followed by early 2000s recession, which was followed by unprecedented real estate boom in mid 2000s in across the world, not only United States but here in Europe as well. And then of course, crisis of 2008 happened, and actually it was one of the few times when the economic system was close to serious problems, and no one actually would know what will happen if central banks wouldn't started to bail out banks. So this was actually unknown territory, but it happened how it happened. But nevertheless, after 2008, there was financial crises in Europe as well. It was eurozone foreign debt crisis, which was actually it's like continuation of financial crisis of 2008 because payment systems and budgets in many European countries were in pretty bad shape, so they had to be bailed out by European Union. So there was Greek debt crisis in Spain, crisis in Italy, and things like that. It was around 2010, 2011, up until 2012. It was consolidated to that specific countries in that specific region. Nevertheless, economic forces prevailed, and after a couple of years, these countries were able to restructure and grow to some rates. But actually, Greece is in still pretty bad shape, but also that's another story. Now, if we are continuing, actually, after that, years were more or less good, and we had unprecedented economic growth and the best bull market in history in stock market. And all that ended it in early 2020, when out of nowhere COVID hit, the world was locked down, everything was shut. So markets actually made drops which were comparable to 1929. And then central banks actually started to print money again. They were just ended their quantitative easing policies and started to tighten up their policies. But COVID changed all that, so they had to put record money into markets. And of course, it made huge boom and huge growth in financial markets. And that lasted for 1.5 years. Depends how do you want to define it. And it ended with huge inflation. And as we know now in 2022, 2023, major central banks started to tighten up monetary policies and raise interest rates. But here's the thing: without pretty bad months since late 2022, early 2023 in technology companies, we actually haven't witnessed like significant recessions or market collapses after that. That's worth noting the fact because usually when markets started to, when interest rates are going up in that though in so fastly, it's pretty bad for financial markets, but not in this time apparently. But nevertheless, now I give you the illustration of a couple of boom and bust patterns. And in these patterns, there are people who are saying that world is going to collapse, financial markets will change, financial system will change. Some people are saying that we have to forbid stock trading and short trading and leverage trading and forex trading whatsoever. Others are saying that all financial system will be changed by new one. Now people are saying that to Bitcoin and other things like that in that nature. But I have them heard for the last 15 years. But here's the thing. Yes, you might be employee or business which is hurt in specific crises, but in general, no one is changing where you have to work, where you have to make business, where you could trade or invest. Those things are like haven't changed much since I don't know mid 20th century. Apart from the fact that financial system develops and we have more and more products to use, the principles are the same. We could buy, we could trade, we could sell, we could short sell, we could use leverage, we could make money in any kind we like. That haven't changed. I don't think that will change. Only the financial system and market booms and busts will give us opportunities to make money if we are aware of that. That's the only thing that's certain. And the thing that human nature will stay the same. So don't listen to populist politicians. Don't listen to attention seekers who are trying to make loud headlines that everything is going to change because people want to get famous on the every possible way. So be smarter than that. Use market advantages into your benefit and understand that there will always be market cycles and there will be always possibilities. And actually, not that there will be fewer possibilities because someone will prohibit something. That's not going to happen. Technology will allow you to have new opportunities. And if you are able to capitalize on that, you will have even more possibilities to make money faster. That's actually the only truth if we could see last 50 years in financial markets. So with that said, stay tuned and I hope you like this video.